As it turns out, Alec Holowka was afraid to speak out against Zoë Quinn during Gamergate. Hi, I'm Tommy C, and this is SFTP breaking news. The post-millennial has done another fantastic job. Nothing but praise to Anna Slatz and now Dana Davison of the post-millennial, who was apparently DDoSed after they ran their original story on this, where they found some tweets that contradicted Zoë Quinn's Me Too, that she was being abused. If you would like to see that video, it's going to be right over there. So make sure you check that out. But more DMs have dropped, and it shows that Holowka, his post-relationship, how he felt about his post-relationship with Zoe, and how he was afraid to speak out during Gamergate, and felt like he understood the situation. And like I said before, Memology has gotten some static, some strange stuff. He's gotten some stuff flagged. The post-millennial has received a DDoS attack. This is the kind of stuff that was going on during Gamergate when he criticized Zoë Quinn. Quinn has made no further statements. Her tweets are locked. But somebody has decided to leak DMs between themselves and Holowka and give it to the post-millennial. Jeremy of the Quartering has expressed that there are plenty of people inside the indie game dev community that are extremely concerned about this situation. They know Zoe's a liar. They know that they know Zoe's a liar. They know Alec wasn't what he was portrayed to be, but they are terrified to speak out for their jobs. And you'll see that reflected here by Holowka himself. That he's afraid to speak out against Zoe during Gamergate, all the while really keeping his... we'll get into this later. Holowka still speaks out and privately speaks out in support of feminism, and claims that this whole Gamergate thing has nothing to do with feminism and everything to do with the fact that Zoe is a monster. So why this doesn't clear Holowka of the accusations, it paints a picture that he wasn't exactly the alpha male type, and that really doesn't lend itself well for somebody who was this abuse monster. He seemed like one of these white knight feminists that was weak. Fred writes, if talking about her doing this terrible ruins my career, I don't want a career in this industry. Yeah, I'm really confused by people who are angry about this being shared. I imagine he's referring to, at the time, Zoe's current boyfriend, who spilled the tea about her sleeping or having inappropriate relationships, because she was in a relationship, with people that were fawning over her text adventure that had gotten green lighted on Steam. A text adventure in 2014. Amazing. Oh, this is the most amazing thing ever. I can't believe this is revolutionary. Well, her boyfriend spilled the tea. People were angry. What was going on in gaming journalism? And those people who, under God, maybe a long time ago, the media sources would have said, you know, we're cleaning house here, and we're very sorry. We hope you trust our credibility in the future. No! Those people that complained about the improprieties going on in gaming journalism were attacked. Those people formed Gamergate. Boom! Wonder what dude thought before sharing it. I thought about sharing my story with her a few times, but was always scared to. I think he was completely emotionally wrecked and angry, but it doesn't change what she did, in my opinion. Your story will give credence to his. So this is somebody trying to talk Alec into coming out and saying this person's a nut. In a chat, Holowka Also said that he was wary of making Quinn angry and often had to look for solutions that wouldn't upset his former partner. Yeah. She said she got the social justice for revenge, which is weird to me. Another time we went out to this Yuri night thing. She just got wasted and was hitting on all kinds of people. It was super new to me. Like, people I was in a relationship with was super flirty with other people. I was trying not to be judgmental. She kept going to the bathroom and saying a girl was hitting on her. And after like 3-4 times, I was like, if you want to go make out with her, if you want to just make out with her, because if you really want to, go for it. And she did this whole, no, I want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. She kept going back to the bathroom. Later, she had a huge breakdown on how everyone hits on her, and it's so unfair, evil, etc. So she behaves this way in her private life as well. In direct contrast to Quinn's statement, Holowka paints a very different picture of their time together in Winnipeg, suggesting despite the problems present in the relationship, he had been so infuriated with her that he had offered to pay for couples counseling to keep their relationship healthy. I think that there is a lesson in this that has nothing to do with politics or Gamergate or anything of that nature, is on for both sexes. Sometimes when you're really frustrated and infuriating, that's nature telling you get away from the sociopath. Check this out. So when we first started being a thing, she came to Winnipeg, was living there at the time. She was always in a bad situation. Something bad always happened. That's consistent with a sociopath. Right off the bat, I was like so in love with her and so happy with the relationship. I said, should we go to couples counseling? Couples counseling. I get marriage counseling if you have kids and stuff. Couples counseling? You need couples. There should be couples counseling should be the easiest job in the world. Hi, welcome to couples counseling. By virtue of needing couples counseling, you should break up. See? It's Dr. Tommy C for you right there. I don't know. I personally don't believe it. If it helps your relationship, I'm surprised, but I don't get it. I don't get it. But what goes on here sounds like my marriage counseling. All right, when I was trying to save my marriage. So here he was, I have to pay for it, whatever, because I knew she was broke. Her response is, well, if you think you need that. Hey, baby, I think our marriage is falling apart. Yeah, go ahead, go. I was like, no, this would be for both of us to talk about whatever's going on. Well, if that's what you want to do. So he said. Wow. Lesson, boys and girls. There's these power-hungry maniacs that will use anybody and step over everybody, climb to the top. We've seen this with the I Am Alex situation. And Zoe's going to do it through game design. If she's really designed, she's never actually produced anything to date. She's probably the most famous person in the industry and hasn't produced a thing. Holowka also expressed that he felt those viewing what would have been the Gamergate controversy as an issue of simple sexism were mistaken. Having first-hand experience with Quinn, that contradicted the very public narrative. He wrote, but it was a clear case where I know people aren't really looking at it in detail because I was there. I was in a very similar situation. It's like she's got serious issues and she should be working on them if she wants respect. Like if you don't own your own shirt, it's not easy to own your own shirt. I've never heard that one before. But it would be an amazing step that she could take. He still wants help for her. The thing is, no matter where she goes, abuse follows her. She's always been the victim, never the perpetrator, and that's suspicious at best. This paints just a clear-cut picture of what this is and what you're dealing with. But it's like, when it's right in front of your face, you can't see. Like it's very difficult to see monsters in our world. So far, I've only seen her run into messed up situations. That might be her. This is like love. This is more like love phones. On shot for the point than it is. This is how to avoid bad situation. This is a big tweet that was tweeted Twitter user Sophie. To every non-depressed person, play it. I'm not giving you the option. Yeah, you sound like an SJW. You play it and you learn something. Okay. And he responded, can't wait for Pathological Liar Quest. And the friend comes and you already played that, Alec. I got the game over pretty early, but from what I hear, it gets even worse if you keep playing. Yup, especially when you believe lies. And all through this, Alex feels that she's redeemable. He even goes on here and complains about MRA types and says, and he's not particularly wrong, that both sides are kind of using it to push their agenda. At the core of this is a horrible human being, and it really has nothing to do with left or right values or feminism and things of that nature. I would disagree with that because of the support she got from the feminist community. Not every feminist is a psychopath, but they will protect one if they're in their ranks. Both parties are just taking what they need to validate their positions. I hate polarized groups so much. And, he considers himself a feminist. Andy Signore and him should go bowling. He got her in here because he felt, for whatever reason, women weren't being represented. He used his clout to help what he believed was a good cause and paid a terrible price. Andy Signore got off easy when he tried something similar. He only lost his job, his wife, his family, and had to rebuild. Think about that. And by the way, you could apply this to any part of life. These people live. They're out there. And when you fall in love with a man, look out. Couples counseling. I think we need wait a minute. What do we need couples counseling for? So there you go. That's it. I don't think this guy was a monster. I think the other report the Post Millennial did, I'm pretty comfortable with saying they proved that she at very least contradicted her Me Too statement, which makes it uncredible. She is no longer credible. Well, she never was, but at least from that statement now is uncredible. That statement led to his firing. That statement. Are you going to be to tell me? Somebody tell me, well, it has nothing to do with the fact that Zoe exposed him. He was a really bad guy at work. The company said they got rid of him because they believe victims. The accuser is not credible. The accuser mischaracterized their relationship. And to me, with these DMs, they mischaracterized who this guy was. He was picked because he is weak. Thought he'd take it and just shut up about it. Boy, were they right.